Kwai kwai nidonbak. Quick review of week 2. Ali. To, place, or in a way. In comparison or relation to last week's wadzi, from a place or reason for a purpose. Ali can have several meanings as it's translated into English. For example, below we see Kamitsi Ali Kadupian. You eat because you're hungry, or because makes the most sense in this case, in this usage. And it also helps us with on, which as we know, kadupian could be that or when you're hungry. The Ali really clarifies that it is because you're hungry. We see that also in kemonzi wadzi mitzian. Kemonzi wadzi mitzian. You leave in order to mitzian, eat. Again, the wadzi letting us know exactly what the on that you are doing. Wadzi, in order to eat. Tani Ali. Another important example, we see the first form Ali again here with tani, which, giving us the sense of how or in which way. Last week we had kagwi wadzi with kagwi meaning what and wadzi for, giving us a sense of why. Our example, the beginning of last week was kagwi wadagakimyan. Why do you teach me? Why is it that you, agakimi, teach me? Wad, from what is it that you teach me, or for what purpose or reason? And this week we got an answer, or another question I should say, tani alaga kimyan, in which way or how do you teach me? Again, with agakimi, on, that you teach me, here al, tani al, in which way? And our answers, ni wadagakim lan, that's why I teach you, using ni wadzi, and then ni alaga kimlan, that's how I teach you, using ni ali, that's how, as our root, and then adding the verb. We'll see that quite often in example 2, where ali becomes just al, as it did here, connected to agakim in all 4 examples, here connected to osa, walk, which we see awasos and tulba talking about in our conversational material. Wadosaan could be tani wadosaan. Where are you walking from? This week, tani alosaan. Where are you walking to? Where tani clarifies the when as exactly where, just like Ali and Wadzi helped clarify what this on was. If I don't have a tani, though, we're just left with alosaan, when you walk to a place, or that you walk to a place in general. Like wadosaan on its own is when you walk from a place for a reason or purpose. Our third example of how ali is going to appear in relation to udzi, we have li. So wadzi can become udzi, ali can also be li. Here are some example usages of li. We have li kia, in the way or how you are. In the way you are or how you are, li kia. We could also say this aligian as one verb, as our more advanced students saw. But here we see li used on its own with kia. Here we see udzi used on its own with kia, meaning for or to you. I could say yo udzi kia, this is for you. If I add the k on the end, though, it's no longer for you. It actually becomes udzi kiak, from you or of you, something from you or something of you. And therefore we get li kiak, which is to or in you. Udzi kiak, from or of you, li kiak, to or in you. So these are great for clarifying just how we might use these on their own and how we'll see them quite often in the written materials. The final example is for. We had udosa, the command walk from, is going to appear as losa, walk to. Using ali in its final 4th form, it will appear as either just an L or a little an E will come in when we're speaking of you, kidalosa, you walk to. The whole event, you walk to a place or you walk in a way, in relation to last week's kodosa. Odanak kodosa now becomes odanak kidalosa. Odanak kodosa, you walk from or you're walking from town, becomes odanak kidalosa. you're walking to or you walk to town. Kudlosa. Our final form, also using a version of just the L or U, here we do see the U, is ni kidlosan. So you're walking to ni kidlosan odanak, so you're walking to town, or ni kodosan odanak, so you're walking from town, which we learned last week. So these are all our examples of how Ali will appear and some sample usage that you can take a look at. This will be in Canvas. I also added some model sentences of to and from in comparison to one another, just giving you all the different forms, just using me and you, alosaan into losa, when you walk to, I walk to, or wadosaan, when you walk from, nodosa, I walk from. Alosaan into losa, or wadosaan, nodosa. So these two in comparison for week 1 and week 2. And we follow this right through all the possible forms that are going to appear, just using the you and me statements. The final one I do want to look at, because this was new this week, losa'ana, if you walk to. We had an A on the end of alosa'an, when or that you walk, and we just get losa'ana. We lose the a at the beginning, and we get an a at the end. Losa'ana. That you becomes if you walk to. Here we have ud from osa'ana, if you walk from. Losa'ana, if you walk to. Nidzi, then will. Indolosan, I walk to. Then I'll walk to. If you walk to, then I will walk to. So this indolosan is a great example of the ni indolosan here. So these two as a statement. This one is a partial event in the subjunctive form, and this is a partial event in the conjunct form with the if, at the end. One thing we didn't learn in class is I could also say if I walk to, and it's not losa'ana. They sound almost the same. It's a little different. It's losa'ona, losa'ona. If I walk to, losa'ona, odosa'ona, if I walk from, as opposed to odosa'ana, if you walk from. Again, with the subjunctive partial event, nidzi kudosan, then you will walk to, or nidzi kodosan, you will walk from. And that covers the material. This, again, as I said, all of this is up in Canvas for you to look at as a reference for both week 1 and week 2 combined, the 4 possible forms. The one that I didn't mention is that wad can also be wads, but we did see it here as long as the first letter of the verb is an I, like wadzi doian, when you fly. We'll see that as well. That doesn't happen with Ali because al remains just al, alosa'an. It doesn't go to the D. It's a little easier to work with Ali this week, but still basically 4 different forms and then some examples to turn to. And feel free to plug in some different verb endings in here and modify these as you need to. Use them as models to create your own sentence. Kitsi ulionini dombak. I really hope that this was helpful.